I'm Tessie McDuff, and I've been studying computer science and engineering, and now I work as a software engineer at Google. I'm 23 years old. I was born and raised in the greater Seattle area, and now I live in San Francisco, California.
Like this one looks pretty good.
Can I get these and a non-fat latte? I really like going on walks with my camera. I would say that's probably like my favorite thing to do on the weekend, is just to go out with my camera and just take pictures of whatever I see that seems interesting. Like, I sort of try to take pictures of things that that I think other people wouldn't notice, like to zoom in close on something really ordinary.
Oh my gosh, look at that! That's awesome.
I feel like I have one of the best lives. I can afford to live in a nice apartment in San Francisco and go out to eat whenever I want, and I have all of this freedom, and I have a great job, and I work with some of the people that I respect the most in my field. Right. I don't think it'll stop the launch or anything, but I'll just let them know. Bye. We do so many things on the computer now, whether it's like on the internet or just programs running on your local computer. And I guess I felt like I wanted to be a part of that, a part of like what's the next thing, like what's going to be the next big thing that people use. I think the coolest thing about my life is flexibility and freedom. Here at my job, I don't have like a set hours that I have to be here. I sort of come in when I want to come in and go home when I feel like I've done enough work for a day. And if that means some days I only work for 5 hours and some days I work for 12, like that's the way it works out. So a typical day here, I probably spend a third of my day reading and writing emails, which is necessary because a lot of times I'm working with people who are in New York or Santa Monica or all the way across the world in Bangalore. And then I spend a third of my day actually writing code, which is what I feel like I was hired to do. And then I spend a third of the day just sort of wandering around the office, talking to people, getting things coordinated, going to meetings, helping people out when they're having little crises, or in general just sort of helping my friends. It's a busy day, but it's pretty fun.
Hi, I'm Kira. I'm a software development engineer at Amazon.com. That was the second time I've been to a career fair to recruit, and I like it. I don't necessarily look for people who seem to be like me. I suppose the stereotype is a bunch of skinny and I don't know, underexposed to light dorks in a basement somewhere writing code. And actually, I don't know anybody around me in my office or anywhere else that fits that stereotype. This is Kira. Aside from the fact that technology itself is just awesome in every possible way, it's great to be in a field where the actual essence of the field is knowing how to think, knowing how to solve a problem. I like the act of doing computer science so much that I could be doing something completely trivial with it and be happy for a long time. What we're trying to do is expose interesting information about the books inside the Search Inside program to customers so that they can make better choices when purchasing books. I have a lot of friends with really boring jobs, and I'm really glad that I didn't turn out to be one of them. I listen to music all the time, whether I'm working or at home. I draw and I write. I was a painting major for a while in school, but I had really known for a long time that I wanted to do something related to computer science. So I certainly wouldn't change my mind now, even if I could go back.
I get a 12-ounce soy hot chocolate. My name is Crystal Hoyer. I'm a program manager with Microsoft Office. I graduated from the University of Washington about a year and a half ago. When I started college, I started out knowing, okay, I wanted to be a business major, I wanted to go into corporate law, and I had my kind of 4-year plan figured out. I knew where I was going. So the reason I switched from business to computer engineering was that I had a roommate who was in computer science and a friend in computer engineering, and I got to kind of see what they were doing, and then I saw how much fun they were having. My typical day, it's a little bit hard to say a typical day. When I first got here, it was all about designing and prototyping and trying to figure out what the best solutions were going to be. And now my job has kind of moved more into a phase of, we've done the initial designing work and we're really just polishing. So I spend a lot of my day now kind of just talking with developers and testers, making sure that we have like the finishing touches on the product, and I'll respond to emails. And yeah, I have a lot of meetings, but I don't want to say meetings per se, like people kind of have bad connotations with meetings. So I like the idea of having designers go through this, and I'm wondering, but before we give it to them, I'd like to get it as close to good as we could. So, and there's no real right solution ever. When I was kind of in business, accounting, there was always sort of that right answer, whereas here there's a lot of creativity that you have to bring to your job. Now that I'm at Microsoft, I'll go back to the University of Washington and talk to the students there about, pre-majors, about, what really is computer science and what do I do in my day-to-day job. So how many of you guys want to go into computer science first? That's awesome.
Computer science is more math and physics, which is not what I'm particularly interested in. So I'm trying to think of computer-related, but not the physics side of it.
Even though you may not be interested in like math and physics, that's not completely indicative that you might not like computer science. For example, I did really bad in physics. My first 3 physics courses were kind of like the test for me as to whether I would be able to pursue computer science. And so computer science is still a relevant field for you, and then once you graduate, you'll have a really solid background to go into something like program management, where you deal with people a lot, you deal with kind of more like the higher level design, how are things going to work. When you're thinking of interviewing with Microsoft, they're looking for for program management, for example, they're looking for leadership experience, so areas where you've kind of helped design a feature and shown coordination and planning, managing details, things like that. Because I see that, this is a great career for women to be involved in. You get paid really well, you have great hours, you have great projects, you have all this responsibility, and it's fun.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
No problem. It's good meeting you.
Thanks for coming.
Yep. See you later.